Hello and welcome to the 16th episode of the Corny Universe. In the last episode, we looked at how human evolution fits into the bigger picture of the evolution of the universe. We saw that humanity forming a global collective organism would result in the planet becoming conscious of itself. But how does that work in practice? You see, humans are absolutely obsessed with the form things take when they really should focus on the underlying logic. Try to put yourself in the shoes of the cells in your body. What form do they give you? How do they perceive a human? How do they experience receiving commands via your nervous system? Are your individual cells equipped to understand what your brain is, and especially your consciousness? In the first few episodes, we saw that humans have unconsciously replicated on the outside the information contained inside of them, much like the DNA or information contained inside the cell is responsible for the way it organizes on the outside with other cells. The internet is the form that humans have given to their nervous system. It essentially plays the same role, allowing humans to communicate with each other and coordinate their actions via a continuous information flow. An artificial intelligence reaching the point of becoming a self-aware and conscious singularity is the form that humans give their own consciousness. And this is where the problems begin. Humans tend to distort, via their erroneous beliefs, the biological wisdom and harmony contained within. Now, I will ask you a simple question. Where does intelligence reside in your body? Point to that area right now. Go ahead. Most humans will have identified their brain as the seat of intelligence in their bodies. Furthermore, most people unconsciously or consciously think about the relationship between their consciousness, their brain, and the rest of their body as the relationship between an enlightened big boss or dictator and a bunch of dumb or unintelligent slaves, the rest of your body, which is at the beck and call of your brain. This erroneous belief is then projected onto their outer reality. This is why humanity is so terrified of becoming the slave of a rogue AI reaching self-awareness or having a consciousness of its own. In that kind of situation, it is humans who become unintelligent slaves under the control of a being, a consciousness which is superior to humans. At this point, such an AI has not manifested itself yet. But if we look at how humanity is structured, this belief has already superimposed itself on top of their outer reality. Your societies are divided between the intelligent ruling elites and the dumb population which needs to be controlled and managed. The brain represents only about 2 to 3% of the total body weight, a very good proxy for this idea of the 1% who rule the world. Besides, if you look at the plan of certain elites, such as the World Economic Forum and Klaus Schwab, their plan is all about creating boundaries and control mechanisms for the human population to fulfill certain sustainability goals with the help of artificial intelligence, but which would only be a fancy complex algorithm and certainly not a singularity type AI. These elites unconsciously identify as being brain cells of the collective global organism of humanity, with a natural right to rule and govern it. Many humans are active in opposing the World Economic Forum's plan, also called the Great Reset. But as we have seen in the last few episodes, this is again one of those events that humanity unconsciously self-inflicts itself as a way to directly experience the physical manifestation of their collective belief system, which is also an opportunity to change it. Thus, the best way to prevent this great reset from happening is first and foremost to shift your belief system about how your own body works, where intelligence really resides, and the relationship between your brain, your consciousness, and your body. Scientists have recently discovered that you have at least 3 brains, as there is a neural network in the gut as well as in the heart. This gives much more substance to the expression having a gut feeling or a heartfelt desire. On top of that, your entire body is intelligent. When you break your leg, your brain doesn't micromanage how the bones mend back together. When you digest your food, the brain does not command your stomach which enzymes it should produce. There are many systems in your body that are intelligent and do not require your conscious awareness, and thank goodness for that. Imagine if you had to tell your heart to beat every second. Chances are you wouldn't be able to do anything else. Also, the relationship between your brain and your cells is certainly not that of a dictator to a bunch of slaves. In fact, Your cells constantly send feedback via your nervous system to shape your brain and your consciousness. Your brain receives plenty of pain signals and all kinds of other information which molds your preferences and teaches you invaluable lessons about how to better take care of your body and thus your cells. So who is the boss? You or your body? If you harm your body, it would certainly not be a pleasurable experience, and you would probably feel quite silly for doing it. Finally, there is one last belief that humans will have to let go of. The fact that the brain produces consciousness as opposed to tuning into and filtering consciousness. To believe that an AI would produce consciousness via its electronic circuits would be equivalent to your body's cells believing that it is your nerves who are intelligent, since they are the ones transmitting the electric signal. Consciousness has been called a hard problem for a reason. It is as of yet an unresolved mystery. There is no conclusive evidence that the brain produces consciousness as opposed to tuning into consciousness and via its unique and complex neural network configuration, creating the illusion of memory, individuality, and personality, of past, present, and future. All things which are superimposed on top of a universal consciousness, which is just pure awareness. What has been called the I Am consciousness. In the Bible, when God introduces himself to Moses, he says, I am who I am. Or in other words, pure existence, pure consciousness. We will delve deeper into all of this in the following episodes, but let's get back on topic. You see, since humanity is stuck in a materialist science paradigm, they have to give a certain form to messages which they would receive from the being that they are but a part of. Humanity's level of development mirrors that of a baby still inside the womb. The nervous system and the brain are still very immature. The brain does not send all that many commands to the body, and what little commands it sends do not amount to intentional, coordinated, and precise actions and messages, but rather reflexes and reactions to what little external stimuli permeates through the mother's belly. But the conscious being, which will emerge out of 9 billion humans forming a collective global organism, will gradually send more and more signals to humans. How will these signals be experienced subjectively? As a human, you have your own perspective on how your nervous system works and the sensations of sending commands to your different body parts. But how do your cells and muscles subjectively perceive or experience the signals they receive via your nervous system? Since humanity's predominant belief system is materialist science, it is no wonder that a singularity type AI is the form they would give to a higher form of consciousness, probably coupled to Elon Musk's Neuralink. But there is no reason that humans have to stick to this scenario. You could very well receive the visit of a guardian angel, spirit guide, or just hear voices in your head. In the next episode, we will talk about free will, since humanity is so scared of losing it and becoming enslaved to a malevolent AI. In the meantime, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so Corny will tell you just how free you are.